A muddied, lifeless expanse of churned-up earth and broken bodies, as the final day of the war feels like the world itself has given up. Private Samuel Clarke has been with the 3rd Battalion for 3 years, but today feels different as his unit is ordered to hold the line, no matter what. The enemy is relentless, pushing forward with everything they have, while Clarke, bloodied and bruised, crouches low in the trench. Clarke's mind wanders back to the day before, when they shared stories of home, laughing as if the war was just a bad dream. Then the first wave comes. Enemy soldiers, shadows in the smoke and fog, charge forward with bayonets fixed, drowning out Clarke's thoughts. One by one, the enemy falls, but for each one that drops, 3 more take their place, pushing Clarke to the brink of exhaustion. A shout rings through the air, and Clarke turns to see Lieutenant Harris fall to the ground, his chest stained with red. Clarke's gut twists, but he can't afford to mourn. He has to keep fighting as the trench begins to feel like a tomb. Just as the enemy reaches the trench, the unmistakable roar of a tank fills the air, and Clarke's heart surges with hope. Through the smoke, the tank appears, moving slowly but powerfully, opening fire and mowing down the advancing soldiers. With renewed strength, Clarke stands tall and fires his rifle again, taking down the last wave of attackers, leading to an eerie silence on the battlefield. Clarke, gasping for air, collapses against the side of the trench. He is alive, and though the war isn't over for today, they have won. He closes his eyes, imagining Emily's face and whispering a prayer, hoping to make it home and wishing the world would never endure such horrors again. War stories often mix tragedy, hope, and the bond between soldiers, serving as a reminder of both the cost of conflict and the resilience of the human spirit. In the aftermath, the setting sun casts a warm glow over the battlefield, symbolizing hope for a future beyond the horrors of war. As night falls, the soldiers gather around a fire, sharing stories and comforting one another, finding solace in their shared experiences. Under the starry sky, Clarke reflects on his journey, longing for home and the love of those he holds dear. As dawn breaks over the battlefield, it signifies new beginnings, reminding the soldiers that there is hope even after the darkest nights. With newfound determination, Clarke leads his fellow soldiers out of the trenches, stepping toward a brighter future filled with possibility. In their reunion, Clarke and Emily's joyful embrace signifies the triumph of love and hope over the trials of war. As they walk together in the warm sunlight, Clarke and Emily embrace the peace that follows the storm, symbolizing healing and new beginnings. Sitting on the porch, Clarke gazes at the sunset, reflecting on the lessons learned and the resilience forged through his experiences in war. In their cozy home, Clarke and Emily share laughter and meals, rebuilding their lives together, strengthened by their love and experiences. Clarke dedicates his time to the community, teaching children about peace and resilience, using his experiences to inspire the next generation. At a veterans event, Clarke shares his story, emphasizing the importance of camaraderie and understanding in healing from the wounds of war. Clarke lays a wreath at the memorial, honoring the fallen soldiers, embodying gratitude and remembrance for their sacrifice. In a tranquil park, Clarke writes in his journal, capturing his reflections on the journey through war and the resilience of the human spirit. Surrounded by loved ones, Clarke finds solace and joy in shared stories, highlighting the healing power of community and connection. Clarke takes part in a peace march, advocating for harmony and understanding, standing together with fellow veterans united in their mission. At a peace conference, Clarke passionately addresses the audience, sharing his experiences to advocate for understanding and reconciliation. Clarke visits a battlefield memorial site, placing flowers in a gesture of reverence, remembering those who made the ultimate sacrifice. In a cafe, Clarke mentors a young veteran, offering advice and support, fostering connections that heal and empower. Clarke plants a tree in his backyard, representing new beginnings and the hope for a brighter future beyond the scars of war. At a community event, Clarke enjoys the laughter and camaraderie, celebrating life and the bonds formed through shared experiences. By the serene lake at sunset, Clarke reflects on the beauty of life after war, finding peace and solace in nature. Clarke and Emily volunteer together at a local shelter, sharing smiles and meals with those in need, embodying their commitment to service. Clarke shares his story with school children, igniting their curiosity and teaching them valuable lessons about resilience and peace. At a National Memorial Day ceremony, Clarke stands proudly, saluting alongside fellow veterans, honoring those who served. Clarke engages with children in a community art project, fostering creativity while promoting themes of peace and unity through their mural. While hiking in nature, Clarke finds peace in solitude, reflecting on his journey toward healing and personal growth. Clarke and Emily host a barbecue for friends and neighbors, celebrating community and connection through laughter and good food.